Idemo! What is up, everybody? And welcome to the DNVR Nuggets pregame show. I got the energy today, guys.
All right.
I'm halfway through a trailer trash coffee.
It's a Mountain Dew, right?
It's a Diet Mountain Dew.
Okay, cool.
You're really ready to go here, man. I'm amped up.
I haven't had one of those since first grade.
I thought you didn't have those growing up. It's one of my favorite Harrison details.
Whenever I used to go over to my friend's house.
That's right. Yeah, but you didn't smoke cigarettes. You didn't get a little, little whiskey.
Like the
You were just
Go-Gurt and soda combo.
Can I have a Diet Coke? And they're like, wow, Harrison living his best.
Tim's throwing a party. Maybe we can get some granola bars. Chewy over there.
Oh my God! Do you think we can get some granola bars?
I got a full squad here today because I've got the man in the flower shirt over here, boyish charm, Brendan Vogt.
Full disclosure, it was low energy, but this is a triple shot cold brew.
Oh,
so
let's freaking go.
Give me 2 minutes. I should be around.
I'm the lowest class individual, and you are the highest class individual.
I say that often, so it sounds right.
Say that. I got the Peloton Prince over here, becoming the Peloton King. I hear. Harrison
Really?
Lynn.
No. I mean,
So word on the street.
Today I
The
did the toughest spin class I've ever done.
You were
The
getting ready
toughest I've
for
ever
game
done.
6.
This man cheated on his own Peloton today.
What do you
I
mean he
just
cheated
did.
on it? Oh, because he.
took a spin class that was not on his Peloton.
Wow, you
I-
have a side piece bike?
I've been on the Peloton for like a year. Now classes are opening up again. Like you don't have to wear masks in spin classes anymore. Like I want to be
Tell me.
I want to be amongst the people.
Don't tell me. Tell your Peloton.
I want to be
dude.
amongst the people
I'm
again.
fine with it. Just tell your Peloton.
And then lastly, of course, I've got the man who always brings his takes. It's D-Line Co. You know him as Eric.
That's good. What?
You know him as
Let's
D-Line.
go, guys, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready for some takes. You know what I'm ready for? A dub.
A dub. I'm so ready for a dub. I hope we are blessed with a dub tonight, man. It feels like a night for a dub. We've also got Superstar Dev waiting in the wings. He got here on time for the
He's
first
over
time
there.
ever. He is here. He is going to be joining us to do the bets portion of today's show, and I can't wait for it.
None of us are qualified.
Of course we're not. we tried it one time without him. We went like 0-9.
That's
It
true.
was a disaster.
Yeah,
I
we
lost
can't
all
mess
my
around
money.
anymore.
We're gonna do a little online with DY. We might poke around and see what's happening online these days. We have a little bit of breaking news to
smokes.
talk. It's not really breaking
I want to
news.
stress that we don't have to go online.
We don't have to. We'll see if we
probably
might cut
will.
that part out. But first, some game notes. Harrison, you were on the call with Michael Malone today. What would you say was the mood inside the locker room pregame?
Michael Malone definitely speaking to his team through his pregame presser today. Like,
Is that a good thing?
Were they watching?
I mean, no.
So
but
Malone, I always know if he's like in a great mood,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, he feels the team is prepared. If he's not, then I'm
Right.
like, man, he's concerned about something. So it sounds like he's concerned
I
about
guess
something.
he's just hoping the players in the locker room, just before they go out, are just checking our timeline, seeing
Yeah.
what quotes he put out. It's
Possible. They're watching the show, clearly.
Yeah. He says he wants his guys to approach tonight like it's a Game 7. They know how Portland's going to come out. He doesn't want his guys thinking, okay, we can drop this one and still go home, and we've got Game 7 on our home court. That's what happened 2 years ago. Didn't work out so well. So he wants to hit first. He said, I don't want to be a counterpuncher. Just coming in with the boxing metaphors tonight. I'm stepping into the ring tonight. I'm having a hit first mentality.
What?
Like he's been asked about, like, how did you answer Portland's first punch? How did you answer Dame? Like,
Yeah.
He's like, I want to punch first. I want to be the aggressor. I want to set the tone. I want to be physical tonight.
I would bet that Michael Malone threw the first punch in every fight he's ever been in. Yeah.
I wonder if he punched a locker tonight, the visitor's locker room.
or a TV in the hallway. could be good. Alrighty, so that's an interesting strategy. Bold
Yeah.
strategy, Cotton.
Yeah. Another note, it's funny, there's only been one really close game in this series, Game 5, of course. And
they've all been close. They haven't finished close.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Other than Game 4 is not close.
After 5 games, the Nuggets and Blazers just total is a 3-point differential.
Yeah, it's Portland.
Portland has 602 points. Denver, 599. Malone goes, I expect another classic tonight.
I love it, man. I did too.
Can the Nuggets be the first team to win a single game while scoring fewer points than their opponents?
I don't think they can.
I don't. Just something to watch tonight.
That is
It's
something to
just
watch.
Something to watch.
Yeah. He says, we know this will be the toughest game of the series. We know we'll have to play our best game of the series to win. Portland's crowd's going to be crazy. And I got to think the Trailblazers, man, it's funny. Like, I was on Portland radio this morning. I feel like a lot of Portland media thinks this series is over and just the Trailblazers don't have anything more to give. Dame's 55, the double OT game, and they came up short. They're pretty down in
you know what,
Portland.
though? That's radio talk,
They're
though.
trying to lull us into a false
Yeah,
sense of
that's
security,
true.
dude. Do not let your guard down.
It's also radio talk. Radio talk is the sky is falling. Tune in for more at 6.
Yeah.
So
So that being said, I've got to think Portland's players, they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their franchise.
They're going to be so hungry.
They're fighting for Terry Stotts. They're fighting for their GM. They're fighting to keep this core together next season, I think, because if Portland drops this series, I don't think we'll see the Trailblazers as we know them next season. So if they want that, if Damian Lillard wants to keep this train on the tracks, they got to win tonight. There's no other choice.
I think there is a lot at stake.
Dude, I did see that one of the more prominent tweets to come out of Portland proclaiming that the Trailblazers are now left for dead. Damian Lillard liked it. He's getting some.
That was probably by design.
That's what I mean.
I'm
he liked
put
it like.
this out.
This was like
chip on
our
my
guy.
shoulder.
He was our guy, Sean Hike. I love him. Great reporter, but he did the whole like
Silver bullet, magic bullet.
The Nuggets think they have you all figured out.
He didn't ask that question. He did. That was someone else, but he tweeted
it was-
it.
it wasn't. I thought
It wasn't his
him.
question.
No, it wasn't Sean.
I love Sean. I love Sean. He's
Sean
one of my
rules.
favorite
Sean
The
people.
question was like, Denver thinks they have the magic
like, come
bullet
on,
for stopping
you guys.
Damian Lillard
We've
and Aaron
seen that
Gordon.
for like a minute total since,
when,
by the way.
when nobody in Denver
didn't
said
even
anything.
go to it.
Yeah, nobody in Denver said anything close to that.
The Nuggets really think you suck, Damian Lillard. They said so to a man. They all said it. What do you?
I heard them
Did you
say
take that personally?
Yeah.
I heard them
3,
say
2,
that they
1.
think
Silver
Soccer
bullet.
Compazzo is a better player than Damian Lillard.
That's what they're talking about.
Many people are saying.
Yeah. I like this one from Malone too. You find something out about your team every time you get on the floor. And I think we're
love
going to
that
find
one. I
out a
love
lot
that one.
about this Nuggets team tonight.
I agree.
They're in a
man.
position that they've never been in before. Well, they have, but they can
been
do
in this
something
literal
tonight.
position.
They
That's
can
right.
do something tonight they've never done before.
Yes.
Win a series in less than 7 games.
that is true.
Is it true that they've never won a playoff game while leading in the series?
What?
Yeah, you're right.
I think it
Because
might
they've
be
never
true.
been up 2 games, so that
They've
would
never
that's
been up 2
exactly
games.
right.
They've only
Wow.
won on a game 7. So
Yeah, wow.
This would be the first time they've done that in the Malone
Dude,
Jokic
I'm really
Man,
era.
I'm telling you though, there's something to it. I think it's the Jokic personality. It's,
It
the,
is,
it's the
dude.
total
No,
like
it's their-
it's not due till the paper's not due till
The
tomorrow. at 8.
procrastination.
I'm gonna sleep in.
And
Man.
that's
Come
why-
on, Yoke.
That's why
Papers
Malone's
due.
upset. He's preemptively upset about the procrastination, I would guess.
yeah.
I would guess.
That's an unreal statistic.
It is unreal. Do we know starters? Is there
Same
any-
starters.
Both. You know what about Portland? Portland, they might be in desperate times.
I don't think major changes for Portland. Terry Stotts said no significant changes
Alrighty.
to the rotation or anything, so I don't think so.
All right, well, let's get on, guys. Some news. We're gonna go to the news desk
Oh,
today.
my
Can we
God,
play
the
some
news
breaking
desk.
news music there, Kale? Do we have any breaking news
Let me sit up straight here and take myself seriously.
Whoa.
tonight?
What?
On DNVR Nuggets? We have got
What?
Okay, I have a little lead in I wrote here. Oh, Coach K stepping down.
No.
Brad Stevens failing upwards. But first, guys, we go to Ball Arena, where there's news out of Denver that the arena will be open to max capacity should the Nuggets advance to the second round. Which, by the way, a little weird. They should
Game
do it now.
7.
Game 7. They can have a Game 7 just immediately
I know,
flood
just
it.
like do it now.
Yeah, like
bro.
really use it on Saturday if there's a Saturday game. But
That's a good point.
honestly, this is like this last month has been in many ways weirder than the 5 or 6 that preceded it because it's been the awakening, the opening,
Yes.
and it's just been so slow. And everybody, even like you go into a place and you're like, mask suggested, and you're like, is it mask? Is it no mask? I don't know what am I supposed to do. Am I weird if I put it on? Am I weird if I take it off? This is how the unveiling of people in stands have been. They're like, we're allowing 6,000. Like
I
every
know.
arena's looking around like, are we safe?
Is that too much?
Uh,
Is that-
11,000? Are we? We're open. We're all the way open.
There was that like now famous TikTok of the guy by himself just playing all of the parts in the pub when everybody
right,
finally got
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Seeing it, but we're not getting that because it's just like a slow drip.
It is
I
a
wish it was
slow
just like
drip.
one day. It's like we're back, and everybody was able to act accordingly.
We have got that at the bar, though. I gotta say.
I know, but we did like the frog in the water. We slowly turned up the temp.
Yeah, that's
It wasn't
true,
just
that is
like
true.
day one.
Yeah.
Everybody comes back and starts crying that they
You
came
like
back.
that?
That's a great TikTok, though. You know, that's a really
It is
good
a
one.
good
What song
TikTok.
is he singing too? Like it's a. I can't even remember. All right, keep going. Keep going. Get to the chorus now.
I don't know
the
any
verse-
lyrics.
I'm not
Little
getting
bit.
it.
All right,
I'm
we're
not
not
getting it. No.
Anyway, honestly, Harrison, you know, you've been in the arena more than all of us. I have a feeling like it just keeps getting more and more intense, and I do feel like that's going to have another little impact.
Sure.
It's going to be fun.
The collective roar that the crowd's gonna have like right before tip off
Oh my God.
if Denver wins this series
Oh
and
my
gets
God!
to a
I
round
didn't want
two.
to talk about it. We got to get there
Just
first,
that
bros.
collective roar, that buzz. It's going to be one of the more like flashbulb moments of the last couple years, I feel like.
would be some real blue balls if it's like we don't get it. It's like, sorry.
It's happening for the Avs. Let's talk about it in those terms.
That's true. The Avs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're not
we'll get it
jinxing Avs.
one way or another.
Yeah, right.
Some more breaking news. Coach Krzyzewski, guys. Coach K, the legendary coach, also the USA basketball coach, stepping down. Does anybody have a take about this?
Yeah, I did see that his timeline for retirement was accelerated because of the increased usage of the transfer portal and the incoming change in naming rights. Essentially, it's getting harder to exploit players in college, and Coach K is out.
Wow.
Coach K is out.
I mean, he's also had a great run. I mean, he's also had how many years?
I'm just saying. I read that his timeline was accelerated because players are able to profit off their own name and enter the transfer portal more liberally. So, peace, Coach. Game's changing, bro. Get out of here.
Man, we're really like just shitting on all of a sudden a really great
am. No, I am.
This went from the news desk,
get out of here,
news
dude.
desk to the shade desk.
Wow.
Quickly, dude.
I'm sorry, are all the Duke fans offended?
The roast desk.
I didn't realize that was untouchable.
This is roasting everyone.
All right, well, moving along quickly here.
I don't really have any thoughts on it.
Wow, did not expect that segment to get so real. Moving on here, we've got Brad Stevens.
Uh-oh. Brendan?
Wow, they're really going to get spicy here. Brad Stevens, who just 4 years ago, it was pondered by many a famous analyst, is he more valuable to a team than any single player in all of the NBA?
It was pondered.
It was pondered, and many people said, yes, he is more valuable than LeBron James at his peak.
Yeah.
Now he's moving up to a front office role. Harrison, what do you make of this move?
Well, I slept in a little. This was the night after Game 5 or the morning after when this stuff broke, and I woke up and it was like, Coach K steps down. Danny Ainge retires. Brad Stevens is president of basketball operations. I was like, what? Brad Stevens, president of basketball operations? I mean, this guy put together a couple good teams at Butler. That's his experience.
It is funny how much
building.
There is how funny people will think of those almost until you actually sit and actually think about it. And You're like, hold on, it's two completely different jobs.
No connection.
Almost no connection. There's a little connection.
Well, there is,
knowing
but the front office and the coach are famously always feuding.
That's true.
They're completely different.
It makes
sides.
me wonder. Do you think Michael Malone would make a good GM?
No.
I don't think so either.
Absolutely not.
Actually, hold on, maybe because he's all about relationships, and that's kind of the job of a successful GM.
He's just gonna sign 6 Shaq Harrisons.
The GM job is so tough.
Really.
Yeah,
the GM job is so tough because you put all the pieces together, and then you just have no control over it after that. Think about Tim Connelly in the playoffs right now. All the pieces are there. It's not like he can do anything right now.
I know, he's like, call timeout.
That's
Call
true.
time. Or,
That might be tough
he's like,
for
foul,
Malone.
foul. No foul.
There's also, I think, something really cool about oftentimes the most successful front office has guys that have different opinions than the people that actually get to make the calls,
Definitely.
but are powerless and accept their powerlessness. And I think Tim Connelly is that way with Michael Malone, where it's like, I can't. Sure, he does things I don't like, but I look at the big picture. He's so good at looking back and being like, is there things he does I don't like? Yes, but you know what? He does so much better than anybody else in the world would have done that will live with it. And I think that's the same in the other direction, where it's like, I'm sure Michael Malone would have loved 4 more Fakus and a couple of this. And Tim's like, you know what? I've given you enough of those guys. We got a couple of these guys, whatever.
It's a great balance.
And it works. So it's a good balance. It is funny, though, to think about just Michael Malone is such a good coach. To imagine him just stepping into a completely different role is almost comical.
That was the most shocking part about Brad Stevens. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in the league, I think. If he was fired from Boston, teams will be lining up to hire him.
Can I tell you something?
And now he's just like, I'm not going to coach anymore. I'm not going to coach.
X's and O's from a big picture standpoint, it's an advantage that only lasts so long. Even Greg Popovich saw this. Greg Popovich, one of the first to utilize the corner 3 and some of this different stuff. Then teams are like, that's awesome. We're taking that. Right, and then everybody does it. And I wonder if Brad Stevens a little bit like that. He came in at the knee of the curve for some of this revolution. And now it's like, well, do your teammates or your players like you?
Right.
And I think Michael Malone is the guy who's the team clearly all stands him. So that's the thing that's has lasting power and has staying power. Yeah. So it's just kind of interesting.
Go ahead.
What do you think's a more stressful gig?
Head coach.
Oh, no question about it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, nobody's staring at you sweat and fail.
Yeah.
GM is. It's tough to say it's an easier job because it's such a freaking hard job, but it's an easier job than a head coach, I think. And also, you probably have a longer leash as the Celtics GM than head coach.
A coach is like flying a fighter jet where you're making decisions so quickly and like you're in the spotlight of this or that. And maybe a coach is more like a cruise ship where like you draft a player, 2 years later they don't work out. You're like, F, I'm out. But it's like a slow, like, gotta really hope Moutier hits. Like,
you can see the iceberg ahead, and you just watch yourself.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I got another 6 months runway before they fire me. But a coach,
also, coaching is hilarious. Like the way that it's looked upon. Like I watched just a little bit of a Blazers post game show, and they were like, "Man, we got to get rid of Stotts. I hate his in-game adjustments. They never run any actions for Dave." It was like every single thing people say about Michael Malone. It's just everything everybody says about every coach.
Same.
Always.
Yeah, the whole world, as you have referenced, is just that spiral, the Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, it's all it is. Everything layers of itself. You guys know what I'm talking about.
I'm just excited for Brad Stevens to trade Marcus Smart
Big Nautilus
for
guy
Gordon Hayward. Just excited for that to happen in a couple months.
One thing I'll say to put a button on this. It was only a couple years ago that universally the world said the Boston Celtics, #1, can't miss young core because their management, because their coach, because all those assets and young players they have, they can't be beat. And it's like, here we are years later. It's like, hey, man, the Nuggets totally dominated that. If you were just put Celtics Nuggets as a race, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, the Celtics, man, they didn't keep climbing the steps.
They
They skipped.
They just stayed on the same step.
No,
they didn't even climb. They just stepped.
No, you know what they did is they acquired Kyrie Irving. That was their skipping of a step.
That was a skip step.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah,
and
you could say that.
It sent them into disarray, and then here
Do you remember when Yabusele, they were like, hey, the secret weapon.
The next Draymond Green.
This guy, the next Draymond. Yabusele, man, he's going to be something. All right, pour one out.
I remember when they acquired.
Falls apart.
I remember
Boston's having a rough week.
when they got Evan Fournier at the trade deadline. Everyone was like, Evan Fournier? Guy's trash.
That's a smart move right there. Although he did get COVID. He had a rough go. Like, immediately his things fell apart. Kale, is there Oh God! Is there anything that sounds like some dial-up?
oh my God!
I guess there's some things going on online. I don't know.
What a disaster!
Dude, you better race through this. We spent too much time on Brad Stevens. My bad.
It's all of a sudden it's my fault.
It's mine. But
so guys, listen. Big game tonight. A lot of things to talk about. A lot of things happening online, I would say. I'm going to take you online and tell you a few things that I found that I think are germane. First off, Kale, can you bring up the first entry?
What do we got here?
We've got our Korean Oracle.
Our king.
Has spoken yet again, against all odds. As pointed out by the Ice Cave guy.
Think about that sentence you just did.
Yeah, I should.
Croatian Mislav from the Ice
Do you notice
Cave.
I tripped up on the sentence halfway through it as I was processing what I was talking about?
The funniest thing about this is if you look at who our king is following, he's following like 6 guys, and it's Woj, Shams, Mark Stein, and then the Ice Cave guy. That's it.
I love it, man.
Yeah, well,
that's incredible.
That's about as complete
flex.
an NBA diet as you can get. Anyway, everybody else choosing Portland. Do we know how to pronounce our beloved
absolutely
Oracle's
I have no
name?
idea.
No, but he's in the club.
He's one of
in
us.
The club.
Guys also know it was in the club?
Who?
The entire nation of Korea.
In the club.
Big fan. Love Korea.
Sure.
Seoul, my favorite city. Sure.
South Korea.
Outside of Denmark. South Korea, yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to run that one by management. Logistically,
The lower part of
the
the Korean peninsula.
We're letting them all in the club.
Listen, not only does he pick him, he picks him in 6.
Yeah.
Are you man enough to go up against this man?
Annyeonghaseyo, Seoul.
That was weird.
Shout out Seoul. I'm just saying a shout out.
What else is going on online these days, guys? Let's find out. So, Yusuf Nurkic, this happened just moments ago. This could have been part of the news.
Wow,
Look
this
at
could have
man.
been news.
Dress for the job that you want. And the job that he wants is to be a bipolar comic book villain.
Come on. Oh, yeah, okay. I see where you're going. He does look like Two-Face.
He does look like Two-Face.
You know what? If they win tonight, he's going to use a corny-ass line like Dwight did last year about being the Batman and the Two-Face and the Joker.
I don't think he's going
to have something.
I don't believe in my heart of hearts that he's trying to look like a comic book.
You don't
villain.
think?
No, I just think he thinks he's being fashion forward. He's a moron. I don't know if you knew this. But
You really hate. I'm
not a big fan of
some
Nurk.
bad karma of calling him a moron.
Really? If that's the case, we've got 8 months of bad karma that already built up. That I've
have a lot of bad
years.
karma.
It's just us putting you on the show. That's
Do you feel like Vogt that you could pull off that two-tone suit?
Oh no, dude! And that's how you know. That's how you know we're getting real out there. I wouldn't even try it.
I'd love to
What
see
else
Adam
is
in
going on online? Are we going to
What-
have a simultaneous?
what else is going on online? This was sent out to multiple outlets today. We're going to play it for you, as we were the ones that were actually tagged in this bad boy. This was sent from Serbia. And
This is
it's
wild.
a banger. I'm not even going to talk during this. We just need to let this thing play.
I know, it's funny. Oh
Just let
my
it go, dude.
goodness.
Joker is always scoring on
Oh,
famous
yes.
indeed. Who Twitter will be trolling when he fouls
Twitter trolling.
MVP this season, nobody
Oh, my
gets
goodness.
a chance.
Yes.
And when he hits game winner, we're gonna
This
sing
feels-
and dance.
Dude.
He
feels
will
xenophobic.
score, he will just score more and more. He will score, he will just score more and more. He will score.
What do you think of the font they use?
He
for
will
the
just
subtitle?
score more and more. He will score.
He will
The
just
time is no more. Joker's on fire.
Your defense is terrified.
Joker's on fire. Your defense is terrified. Joker's on fire. Your defense is terrified. Joker's on fire.
Gotta get this one on the speaker, the loudspeaker. This is more of a one-hand fist pump. I feel. Na 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 na. Wow, absolutely incredible! A true banger. Platinum. I see platinum.
It
in the
might be
future.
heard at beta later tonight. You never know.
Beta.
Lots of people are saying.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be hilarious when Nugget Serbia flags us for copyright on YouTube.
Superstar Dev is in the house.
Hey,
Hey, y'all, what up? What up? What up?
What up?
What up, man?
Dressed to the tees. I expect a dub tonight, man. I wasn't feeling too confident until I saw Dev. He brought it tonight, man. He brought it.
I have that polo too. It's at the dry cleaners right now. That's why I didn't wear it.
You guys brought the big guns in. It's time to make some money.
Let's
we
make some-
Man, let's
made
make
a
some
lot of
money.
You know
money
what time it
last
is.
game.
Okay. Open
we'll
up the DraftKings Sportsbook app, everybody.
open it
So
up.
the first thing that stands out is the Nuggets are 5-point underdogs, which is the highest in the entire series.
About to stop.
Wow.
That is wild.
That
Like
is wild.
how do you go into a game 6 with one team having momentum, one team feeling like they have a game plan, and then they come in as 5-point underdogs? What do we feel about it?
Makes sense to me. I mean, I would love to be wrong, but I've liked Portland as much as this game as I have either team in any game so far.
Here's the thing I keep thinking about. Nurkic has fouled out of 3 games. There's only 2 he didn't. The first game, of which Denver just played a straight-up game, posted Jokic more than he has at any time, whatever. Since then, they've gotten him on the move more, and they've been drawing fouls. Like, Nurkic has been tired. He's having to chase him around. The only game that wasn't true of was Game 4, which was a shit show. Like, it almost doesn't count. So, I don't know. There is a part of me that goes, I think Denver should be a little more confident
Yeah.
going into Portland tonight. Now, should they be underdogs? Probably, but 5 points, biggest underdogs?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I don't know.
I think that the idea is that like Monte's not going to have that same type of game.
Why not?
I mean, that will be he's not putting up those type of numbers.
I'm telling you, I put this on the list, though. The reason, and you're right, he might not hit all those threes, but part of this is Portland made adjustments to stick to Jokic on the perimeter to not let him get these threes. Monte was walking to the paint with nobody there in the pick and roll. I don't know. Maybe he will
It's
get.
not like Monte shot 12 of 13 from the field either. He missed shots.
I mean, this is just...
He hit some big ones, though. He did have overtime where he hit 2 threes to
He
start
hit big
off.
shots.
I mean, those are.
This is not anything they saw in the last game. This is motivation. Portland
Yeah.
should have all the motivation, and that's
Right.
why I think this
No,
is.
what it is Denver has never not gone to Game
That's what
7
I-
in a series. Like
if this series plays out how most 7-game series that are tightly contested plays out, Portland wins tonight. Like, that's just how this thing usually works. Usually.
So just going around the horn, it sounds like it's a Portland win for everyone. They just
I kind of like Denver tonight.
I kind of like Denver too. I
It's gonna
kind
be
of
a
like Denver
50-50,
too.
man. That's a
so
coin flip.
plus 6.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
giving you 5 points that
All right.
you get to go with. Like plus 5 has to be the play, right?
Alrighty, I'll play it. Why not?
Okay.
It's
F
more
it.
fun than rooting against
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely
I
more
mean,
fun.
I'm not going to bet on Portland. Love it.
So it's plus 163 for Denver money line for those of you playing at home.
There you go. All right, what else we got?
So now we'll get to the player props.
Okay.
We might as well start with Monte. His points are at 12.5. If you think that they made the adjustment to just kind of let him go free, that seems like
It's
one
not that they're
really
letting
stands
him
out.
go free. It's that they have to choose Jokic or Monte in those pick and rolls.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to always choose Jokic because you want to stop the guy
Correct.
that's always getting going. I liked personally, it was like a toss-up with Monte Morris or Austin Rivers. I just feel like for whatever reason, Austin Rivers always starts out really, really big.
Yeah.
His points, rebounds, and assists is only at 15.5. But the idea has to be, is it going to be a Monte game or is it going to be Austin Rivers?
Give me both.
I personally am going to take Austin Rivers at 15.5. That is my lock of the game.
15.5 points, rebounds.
Wow.
It's your
Yes.
lock of the day?
That's-
Well, I wasn't
Points,
going to take
rebounds,
it, but
and
you
assists.
said it's a lock, so I'm on it.
That's my lock. We could just put this in reverse, the play that you already have to take is CJ McCollum. I just know he is going to bounce back.
Fun fact, his brother is going to be in the building. First time watching CJ play in person in several years, I believe.
So, see, he has that extra motivation. He also feels like he lost last game for them. Very shitty. He was shitty. So I really do think that how it was last game with Michael Porter Jr., them making a point to get him going early, get his confidence under him, I feel like that's going to be the lock also.
Not taking it, but okay.
Yeah, you don't have to take it. My people out there love money. You know what I'm saying?
Love money.
So that's.
But they love themselves more.
Some people like money more. there's some people out there that. One thing that's been every single time that just seems to be a lock is Jokic. Of course.
I agree.
His points, every time he seems to hit it, they put it at 32 and a half. 32 and a half.
You like that one, Eric?
Which is pretty much the same as Damian Lillard.
I like it.
For him to be the guy that's going 55 and 50 points and he's this monster scorer.
That's a point and a half above the series average.
Yep. So,
but also he's gone over that every time but once. He just went way below it one time.
And the one time.
Player parlays? Well, hold on. We'll get there.
So with also I didn't see it on mine, but other people have it. There's one that Jokic and Lillard combined for 70 points is like the boost or whatever. I did not get that, but that's one I really have to like, especially if we believe that Lillard's just gonna go nuclear as he always does.
How many points was it?
70.
Lillard and Jokic for 70
combined.
Yeah.
And it was like a plus 160. Someone screenshotted it to me. I can't find it on my own. One that I have to be like down on, I don't think that it's going to be the same type of Michael Porter Jr. game. I think last game was like they fed him the ball. They made sure that he got his shots up. They started his line at 20 and a half. I personally won't take it. Do you guys like the threes?
That's what I like is the threes. Is I think there's just so many ways for him to get it. One, he has a good game. If he has a good game, that's 3 3-pointers. Two, Denver's down big and they just have to fire away and he's the guy fire. Like there's just so many ways for him to get it. It's 2.5. Now the value ain't great, minus 141, but whatever. There's nothing I like more than cheering on Michael Porter threes, and it gives me an extra little punch. I'm in. Who's with me? Nobody? All right.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in on
Whatever
Porter
you guys tell me
threes.
to do, I'll bet it.
I'm always in on
I'll check
Porter
my
threes.
count.
Most exciting bet you can make.
It is the most exciting bet you can make.
Is there one that is a lock that we all are on agree? Do we think that the actual total is one? They've been scoring. There hasn't been much defense played.
RK's lock today on the bet show was the under for points. And I could see this one getting a little ugly. I could see this being a fatigue
This
game.
could feel like a game 7-ish.
But rooting on unders is too complicated. You never feel
too
great
much
about
math.
it. Yeah, too much math.
So how about this? We just bet the over.
Still, you gotta do math though.
It's true.
I want to the least amount of math possible.
I like that they took Compazzo rebounds off the board. They were like getting
Unbelievable.
hammered by it. They're like
cowards.
Well, I think that they're just scared. He didn't play last game. They're like, what do we do? Like, what happens here?
Yeah.
That has to be the idea behind it, especially when we see Monte have a big game.
Jokic rebounds is at 10.5. Is that Eric's favorite? He loves the rebounds in big games. You know what? I'll take it too.
That has to be the lowest that he's had as well.
Well, it's tough. It's tough. Oh, and then the player matchup. So to score most points, is that what you were talking about? No, that was.
So under player parlays, there's a big long shot that I'm attracted to tonight that I might throw a unit on. Michael Porter to get a double-double and the Nuggets to win.
Ooh.
Plus 825.
Ooh, that one is not bad. You're right. Yeah, but the payout on this one is pretty monster.
Yeah, but the Yoke one is close to a
Maybe I'll throw
lot.
a unit on that. Maybe.
Yoke
one of them
double
probably
win
is going
parlay.
to happen.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, those are interesting ones. All right. Well, I like it. What about, here's the last one. Going into the first quarter, sometimes we'll look at this. Do we have a first quarter line for this one?
It is Nuggets plus 2.
Wow,
Dude, so
Nuggets plus 2
I'm
in
going
the
to tell
first
you
quarter.
right now, your first quarter bet, which team do you think is going to win this game? The team that has won the first quarter is 100% in this series.
Love it.
Alrighty. Well,
I don't
alrighty.
know. I'm going to stay away from the
I'm going to
first
stay
quarter
away from
tonight.
it, too. Guys, that does it for our pregame show, game number 6. We got to be right back here, guys, after the game right here in the lounge. The bar's popping. The energy's starting to pick up.
We got to get down there.
Got a
Gotta get
lot of
down there.
bros in jerseys without T-shirts underneath.
Positive-
Absolutely love it.
Positive
Absolutely.
vibes, guys.
Guns are
It's a big
out.
one. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you on the other side.